And we're coming to you live from the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena. Looking forward to a great Lady Eagles basketball game tonight. I'm Noah Frary, going to be joined a little later on by Alvin Chapman for this basketball game. Both teams come in here playing well. Bob Jones University, winners of 3 of their last 5. But the Pensacola Christian College Eagles come into this one winners of 7 in a row. They're 7-0 in conference play, looking to make it a perfect 8-0 with a big-time victory over the 7th-ranked Bruins. Winners of 10 of their last 12. They're playing extremely well. We're going to take a moment now to meet the Lady Eagles, and we'll be back to talk about what to expect in this basketball game. And we're back as we get ready for this clash of titans in this one. Your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles, they're entering the court to my left. They're going to be taking on the Bob Jones University Bruins in this basketball game. Eagles coming to this one ranked number 2 in the country. Bruins number 7. Should be a great game, Alvin.
Especially the simple fact that these both teams are ranked on the national level, expecting some big competition in this National Christian College Association here.
Now the Eagles, we'll go through a couple keys of the game and we'll kind of talk through a little bit about that. I kind of wrote down a few things. I think the biggest thing for the Eagles tonight, run as fast as you can. We've seen them over their last 5. They're averaging a hair under 85 points a game. They've been beating opponents by 30, 40 points. They've been playing extremely well. Their goal tonight, shoot 70-plus shots, Alvin.
And one testament to the reason why they're scoring so well is the simple fact of how fit they are. Their guards can go out and run. They have Lauren Alvarez that gets the boards really easily, which pushes the tempo and gets it to her guards really quickly.
And for the Eagles, another key, create pressure tonight. This Bob Jones University team, over their last 5 games, they're averaging 20 turnovers a game. The Eagles averaging just a hair over 10, so they need to create pressure. It kind of goes along with number 1. If they're able to create pressure, cause turnovers, and then get out on the break, look for the Eagles to be extremely successful.
Definitely, and one thing about the Eagles that is really well is their turnover to assist ratio. Ranks about 5th in the country, and they're a really unselfish team. Lauren Alvarez, one of the clear mark leaders of this team, who leads the team in points, rebounds. But one thing that she really doesn't get noticed for is her ability to distribute the ball. Averages 3 assists a night. She really knows how to distribute to her teammates.
Now that plays right into my third and final point in this one. Shoot the rock, Alvin. They got to make three-point shots. They're averaging 11 three-pointers made over their last 6 games. There's been a couple. They've been up as high as 15. You mentioned Alvarez. She kind of spearheads the three-point barrage for the Lady Eagles.
And one thing about their three-point attempts is that they don't just shoot the ball well. They shoot it at a very, very high percentage. Caitlin Benedict and as well as Lauren Alvarez average about 35% from behind the arc, so which means they can knock it down. They go out and they shoot the ball really well, which gets them really, really big leads in games.
You can't mention the three-point shooting of the Lady Eagles without a couple other players. Caitlin Benedict, you see her on the screen. She's going to come off the bench tonight. She's normally that 6th, 7th man. But, man, Alvin, you mentioned to me a little bit earlier, she takes advantage of her opportunities. She's scoring double digits. She's the 3rd leading scorer, and she doesn't have the same amount of minutes as some of the starters.
Had breakfast with Caitlin Benedict earlier today. Great breakfast.
Great conversations happen over breakfast.
Exactly. Celebrating her 22nd birthday, and I've never seen the girl so excited for this game. She was just had a whole bunch of ball of energy. She was just ready, just fidgeting, ready to go for this game tonight. She's in the span of the last couple games, in the last 5 to 6 games, she's been averaging about 16 points in a contest. And one thing that I realized about her points that she converts is that she's putting up big numbers with the short amount of minutes that she has. She comes off the bench as a senior, but she plays a big role, and she puts her feet in those big shoes and steps up greatly.
We mentioned Benedict. We mentioned Alvarez. One more name to mention, and she's my X factor in this basketball game. It's Sandra McElhaney. She's had an up-and-down season. We've seen some big games from her as of late, but we haven't seen that game where she just erupts. Is tonight the night that Sandra McElhaney erupts?
I mean, like recently she's just playing on such a consistent level. Almost had the 2nd school career triple-double last week against Sequoia Falls. I had breakfast with her as well, and she was talking about how she wants to rebound the ball a little bit more. She's having a little bit of a competition between Lauren Alvarez and herself, seeing who's going to get the most boards. In the last competition against Sequoia Falls, she had 14. I believe she had 8 against Judson. I'm expecting her to crash the boards as well as knock down her shot as she normally does.
Man, I think you might need to start a TV show called The Breakfast Club. It seems like you're making the rounds at breakfast. Alvin, let's transition a little bit and talk about this Bruins team. I know you've been doing a little bit of research, but really it looks like the offense kind of comes from the hands of Kylie Lefevue, Grayson LaFord, Madison Shoup, those type of players. They're going to need to be successful tonight if the Bruins hope to stay in this one.
And one thing about the Bruins that they can knock down the three-point shot at a very, very high percentage, and they can also run as well. They're the number 7 team for a reason, and since they're number 7, we're expecting them to have a very, very great showing against our Pensacola Christian College Eagles.
Now, we've seen Kylie Lefevue. You haven't had the privilege of watching Kylie Lefevue play in one of these games, but she's tenacious. She creates a lot of problems for the Eagles. She loves to drive the basketball. Talk to me a little bit about what the Eagles need to do to control her so that she's not getting free openings right to the basket.
Well, Lefevue shoots the ball at a high percentage. The last time she played the Eagles, she shot 6 of 9 from the field and had 14 points, although they had a loss. But one thing you have to do is contain her. Make sure you don't lack off. Make sure you don't leave her open on the weak sides of defensive plays, and you guys probably won't have a problem in defending her.
There it is. We're just about a minute away. The teams are heading to their bench. Coach is giving some final words here. We're going to throw it down to the court now. Prayer, national anthem, and starting lineups up next.
The home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Today's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and Bob Jones University. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer led by Dr. Zacharias.
Join our hearts in prayer. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this competition and for these 2 schools seeking to do your will, Lord. We pray that you would protect the athletes today and that they can just enjoy the game and do their best. Thank you that we can enjoy this together. We pray for your blessing. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing for the national anthem. Today's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Mavis Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting today for Bob Jones University, number 10, Kylie LeFew. Number 11, Grayson Ledford. Number 15, Rachel Clark. Number 24, Madison Shoup. Number 32, Delaney Edwards. Bob Jones led by Coach Mike Levere. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles! Starting today for your Lady Eagles, a sophomore from Athens, Tennessee, number 2, Sandy McElhaney. A freshman from Louisville, Texas, number 3, Leah Phelps. A sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, number 5, Lauren Alvarez. A junior from Baxter, Minnesota, number 21, Grace Himdeck. And the senior from Salem, Oregon, number 23, Emma Hardy. Now, Lady Eagles are led by Coach Jared Sellers, with assistant coaches Heather Sellers and Adrian Wilson. Officiating today's game are Rodney Taylor, John Evans, and Clifford Harris.
And there you have it, the starting lineups for both teams in this one for the visiting Lady Bruins. Number 10, Kylie LeFew. Number 11, Grayson Ledford. Number 15, Rachel Clark. Number 24, Madison Shoup. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Bruins, number 32, Delaney Edwards. Bruins coached by head coach Mike Levere in his 8th season. And for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles in this one, it's the usuals. Starting at guard, the sophomore, number 2, Sandy McElhaney. Another guard all the way from Texas, number 3, Leah Phelps. Number 5, Lauren Alvarez. You've heard her name a few times. Number 21, Grace Himdeck inside. And rounding out the starting 5 for head coach Jared Sellers in his 5th season. Check that, 8th season, number 23, Emma Hardy. Hardy and LeFew to jump it here in the center.
It's already getting rowdy in here, Noah. Loving the atmosphere.
Hardy got to it first, but tipped it into the hands of Shoup. Both teams gonna look to put it together on offense here early on. Here's Clark now, she gets it to the wing. Something you notice right off the bat there, Grace Himdeck kind of hedging to her left. Kylie LeFew, not one of those players that's known to drive to her right, and you saw Himdeck trying to force her left, or almost force her right, because Kylie's gonna want to go to her left.
In situations like that, even if she decides to go right, she'll get an automatic help on her side. They take a shot, and it completely misses, and the Eagles already force a 24-second violation.
30 seconds here in college, but nonetheless, a great defensive possession for the Eagles, and here they come on offense. Phelps leading the charge. McElhaney tried to get it inside. LeFew able to force the turnover.
Great defense there by LeFew. She was practically in her grill to force the turnover.
Here's Rachel Clark now closely guarded by Alvarez. These two teams feeling each other out here in the early going. Edwards thought about the 3, now throws it inside, looking for Clark. Clark nearly travels there, but it looked like Himdeck may have gotten her hand on the shooter.
Himdeck did a really great job trying to come over on the help side to secure the block, but got a little bit of her hand, and she'll probably get the foul there.
Rachel Clark heads to the free throw line, looking to get her team on the scoreboard first. First free throw rattles around and goes down. Bob Jones takes an early 1-0 advantage in this basketball game. Clark hits them both, and the Bruins lead by 2. It's still early as Phelps brings it across. Himdeck gonna set the screen and then roll, kick out. Here's McElhaney, 3 on the way. Everyone rattles around. There's Himdeck on the foul. She got it, and she's going to head to the free throw line. Alvin, you mentioned before the game the importance of rebounding. Eagles right there create another offensive possession that leads to the foul off of an offensive rebound.
Himdeck is going through her line because she's using her fundamentals. Boxed out a defender, not trying to go ball searching, but boxes out, gets the ball right into her hand, and she's going to the line and tries to shoot too.
Himdeck makes the first, looking to tie it here with the second. Imdek hits them both, and this basketball game is tied. We're probably going to say that a lot tonight. These teams, it's always fun.
Going towards a 2-2-1 press here, having Alvarez in the backfield.
I'm sitting over here next to head coach Jared Sellers, and you heard him yelling at Imdek on that play, go, go, go. They were going to look to trap Ledford here, and they were able to do that. They forced the ball out of bounds. Bob Jones keeps it, but a great job of Imdek to notice that and get up and try to help.
I'm expecting for Pensacola to go to that 2-2-1 press the entire time, and when they get past it to the half-court setting, probably stay in the 2-3 or maybe switch man.
There's Leftview trying to go left. Now Ledford, the pull-up jumper, short. The officials choose not to call the shot clock violation, but two great defensive possessions. Now here's Phelps on the backside. Phelps gonna miss it. There's McElhaney. Kick out, Imdek jumper. It's good. And right there, Alvin, right into the press that you mentioned. Edwards up ahead of the pack. Alvarez created some problems for her, able to force the turnover.
3 back-to-back great Eagle defensive possessions. Let's see what Imdek will do here.
A tough pass there by Imdek to Alvarez. She was able to handle it, but then Clark picked up the foul there.
One thing about that possession is that the defensive possession, that Pensacola forced Bob Jones to use the entire duration of the shot clock, which makes it seem like when it comes down to the later times, they will have to force them to pull up a shot that they probably won't want to take.
Bruins force a turnover there in the center of the court. Here's Clark the other way. She's going to kick. Leftview, the pull-up jumper. Missed it. But Clark working hard inside, and the Bruins tie it back up.
Clark already with 4 quick points. 7 minutes in, not 7 minutes, 2 minutes into the first.
The speed of Phelps there on the other end creates a foul, this time on Ledford. So far you've seen the Eagles doing a good job at trying to force the ball inside, try to cut inside, get the ball into the post, and that's creating some foul problems early on for this Bruins team.
I mean, one thing that's making that happen is the fact that they're going towards man. Watch out for Emma Hardy because she normally gets 2 quick foul calls as Imdek gets to go to work early.
Imdek with the and one. She's going to head to the free throw line. Let's look at that one again.
She just takes advantage of her size, works all the way around, and gets the foul and 1. She'll finish the play, and she now has 5 in the contest.
Imdek, a good start for the Lady Eagles. Back in the press, creating some problems for this Bruins team so far. Here's Clark, tries to get into the center of the defense. Fans getting rowdy in here as Shoup turns the corner, tries to drive inside, throws it up, and yet another air ball. Eagles defense has been stifling so far.
As of now, 5 stops. Alvarez, she'll go inside.
Alvin, I love what's happening right now. The Eagles, they haven't had their shots from outside, but they're getting the ball inside right now in the early going. Bruins already picking up their 5th foul already. Eagles going to be in the double bonus the rest of the way, and you're going to see Shoup check out of the ball game as well as Clark.
The sharpshooter checking out, something that you don't want to see. But Pensacola is just playing stifling defense, not even giving them single room to breathe.
Here's Alvarez, hits the first. 8-4 on the scoreboard.
Pensacola Christian College shooting 75% from the charity stripe as Alvarez knocks down the second one.
Eagles lead by 5, again in the full court. And Sandy McElhaney able to come up with a steal, try to feed it to Imdek. It lands with Alvarez. Here's the 3 by Phelps. Bang! Let's take a look at that shot one more time.
And this is all just coming from the 2-2-1 press, forcing them to make quick decisions. And Phelps just knocks it down with the ease, forces another turnover, and Alvarez will push the tempo.
Here's Phelps out ahead of the pack.
Woo, beautiful
Puts a move. Pull-up jumper, missed it. But a nice move there by Leah Phelps.
A lot of their points coming here from the 2-2-1 press, and it's working like a charm.
Phelps nearly caused the turnover, now does. That turnover brought to you by Shea Dixon. Here's Phelps up ahead, threw it up, missed it. Battle for the rebound, but it's gonna land in the hands of the Bruins out of bounds.
Phelps tried to take that one right by herself. basically 2-on-3, takes it by herself. Maybe we want to see it pass on a possession like that.
Clark gets in there. Bruins able to just get it around, now get it inside. That's Bates. Bates closely guarded. And now you're going to see some subs coming off the bench. Leftview drives, throws it up left hand, no good. Battle for it, and Imdek snatches that one away.
Great rebound by Imdek. Almost loses balance here, but we'll switch to the other side, and McElhaney misses one.
McElhaney's 3 missed. We're going to see 3 Eagle substitutions here in a second. Cindy McElhaney, Caitlin Benedict, and Hope Baker about to check into the basketball game. Here's Bates inside, nearly walked, but instead throws it away. Alvin, Eagles creating some defensive pressure early on in this basketball game.
This is causing for a lot of guys to come into the game, checking 4 players out, only leaving, I believe, out Imdek into the game, and she's completely on fire with 5 points in the contest.
Imdek, a great start, and if you're head coach Jared Sellers, you wouldn't have wanted to draw it up any other way. Imdek playing well for her team. Here's Benedict, gonna drive, gives it to Spivey in the post. Now kick it back out to Benedict. The fans throw their hands up, and Benedict, ice water running through her veins on her birthday, hits it, and the Eagles rolling here early on.
The birthday girl, who's 22 today, had 18 the last time she played Bob Jones, and she gets a quick 3 already.
The Bruins struggle to get it across half court. They get it over to the wing. The shot missed. Ledford came up with the rebound, throws it up. We'll check to see if the foul is on the shot. I believe it is.
Leftview was practically by herself from that rebound. Had no breathing room, and now she's just going to go to the line and try to shoot 2.
Ledford at the line. She's got 11, or the Eagles lead by 11, excuse me. She wears number 11. Ledford hits the first.
A lot of confusion there for you, Noah.
There's a couple L's on this on this Bruins team. Leftview, Ledford, and others. Lehman, there's a couple of them. I got to admit, I get asked all the time, how do you do this? How do you memorize all these names? And I say, well, it's easy. I got all the Eagles names. I get to see them all the time, but it takes me a couple minutes to get warmed up and get used to some of these other players, so I definitely get it. Shoup tried to get it inside, but the active hands of Spivey led to the turnover, and now just a clothesline by Ledford. Eagles putting the Bruins in all sorts of foul trouble here early on, Alvin.
Risky foul there by Hope Baker. She comes up shaking up there, but since they're in early foul trouble, she will go to the line and I believe get the one-on-one situation.
It's 2 fouls now on Ledford. I believe Clark also has 2 fouls. Alvarez now going to check in for Imdek. The fans give her a round of applause. Grace Imdek, 5 early points in this basketball game. She's been the reason the Lady Eagles are leading by 9.
And she normally doesn't average this much on the point scale. Normally known for her rebounding and her ability to shoot the 3-point shot, but she came out here with full-fledged, and she's just been converting.
Baker hit the first, and the Eagles' lead is 10. Missed it. Alvarez got the rebound. Here's Benedict left open, a long 3-pointer, and Caitlin Benedict 2 for 2. Let's take another look at that 3-pointer.
Got that opportunity just off the missed free throw. Alvarez collects it, and Benedict just takes care of the rest of the business.
I had a conversation with Benedict, and that foul, just to give that a quick check, Maddie Spivey picking up that foul. I had a conversation with Benedict after practice. She says she's going to have a big game tonight. We were going back and forth. She thinks she's going 20-plus. I said maybe 16. She's looking good here early on, Alvin.
I'm thinking 22 for her 22nd birthday.
There we go. Johnson passed it to the corner. Now the Bruins try to feed it in the post. That right there, not necessarily a bad foul by Cindy McElhaney. She was able to keep Leftview away from that left-handed layup, although she picks up the foul. Not a bad play by the freshman.
Leftview really strong on that left side, and if she didn't foul her, we would have gave her an easy 2, which possibly could have caused momentum for the Bruins.
Dalton to inbound the basketball. Alvarez, though, picking up the steal, I mentioned in the pregame the Eagles needing to do a good job at forcing the pressure. So far early on in this basketball game, the Eagles have forced the pressure.
And one thing about it is that they're just switching back from the man to the 2-3, and they're not laying back. They're going full force, playing tight defense, not even giving their offensive player breathing room.
Eagles go for the trap, but Dalton able to get out ahead of it. Now Baker forces it. Here's Benedict up ahead, gonna lay it up. Caitlin Benedict with 8, another great play there by Lauren Alvarez.
And Benedict, she had a big second quarter when they were in South Carolina, and she already has 8 on the contest. Leads all PCC Eagles.
Here's Lefeview trying to find some offense, and she's able to do so. The Eagles were up by 15. Now Leftview's layup makes it 13. Here's Benedict in stride, the three-pointer. Caitlin Benedict, she's feeling 22, baby.
Caitlin Benedict gold rating with 11 points in the first quarter of play, and she's only played 5 minutes.
That shot misses, and the Eagles going to continue to try to stretch it. Another foul call, but that's not good. It looked like Alvarez came down on McElhaney at center court, and McElhaney looked like that one may have hurt.
She's been battling with that right knee all season. I believe it was an ACL, but folks will check in for her. Hopefully she's okay. Such a valuable asset off the bench. Had a lot of early starting minutes in the beginning of the season, but hopefully she'll be checked out and possibly can come back into the game.
Sydney McElhaney been a huge player as of late. And Alvin, we talk a lot about the depth of this Eagles basketball team, but it was once Sydney McElhaney came back and really started to play some minutes that has made this team so much deeper. Her and Benedict, along with Hope Baker, that second unit off the bench, really proving to be dynamic.
One thing that I realized about the second unit is that our second unit can go into any of the teams in our conference and probably come away with wins as well, as the Bruins break the press and get it easy too.
Here's Baker as she brings it forward. That was Edwards with the finish. Lefeview almost got herself in trouble. The kick back to Alvarez. Here's Spivey with it. Benedict looks to create her shot, drives inside, throws it up. And Caitlin Benedict, she has been aggressive to say the most in this basketball game.
If we can go back and look at that play, she just saw the hole and attacked it. Took it on the left side, and she'll just go to get fouled, and she'll try to get 2.
Benedict heads to the free throw line. Make it 12 for her here in the early going. She's making my prediction a 16 look tiny. Caitlin Benedict having a great game to start.
And she hasn't even played the whole first quarter. She played possibly about half, and she already has 14 on the game. Such a valuable asset as Pensacola goes back to that 2-2-1
You realize she has 14
zone.
and she's only played 6 minutes? You mentioned that early on, how she's able to score in spurts off the bench. Bruins break it again. And Spivey going to pick up the foul, I believe her second.
Great way to close out by Spivey, but in a situation like that, she had the block, but you don't want to push your hand down because you just give the referee the easy opportunity to blow the whistle.
Head coach Jared Sellers doing a little bit of coaching there. They're trying to figure out how the Bruins keep ending up with a wide open man under the basket. Him and Alvarez, Spivey having a little conversation after Edwards got open underneath. But Edwards' first free throw, excuse me. The Eagles lead by 18, Alvin. I got a chance to go to the game up at Bob Jones earlier this season, and the Bruins, that was a 9-point basketball game. The Eagles won by 9, but the one thing you saw the Bruins do a good job of was controlling the pace of that basketball game. Tonight, so far, the Eagles, purely the aggressor, and they're controlling the pace. They're playing at the pace that they want to play at and forcing the Bruins into some difficult positions.
As you said at the beginning of the game, run as fast as you can, and that's just been going into Eagles' possession. They've been doing that 2-2-1 press, which is forcing them to make quick decisions. Are we going to pass the ball? Am I going to dribble it? And these quick decisions are resulting into turnovers, which are making easy points for the Eagles.
We've seen the Eagles put up a couple 30-point quarters recently. They're well on their way. If Alvarez hits the 3, they'll be the first to 30. Here's Alvarez at the free throw line, looking to put her team up by 19. And she hits it. Eagles rolling on offense. Now some more pressure in the backcourt. Bruins trying to escape. And yet again, Edwards left open under the basket, but this time Lefevue didn't spot her. Bruins spin it around. Here's the three-pointer by Clark. Misses it, but Lefevue able to come down with it. A great job there by Hardy. She knew she couldn't corral it, so she got the tip over to Baker. Here's Hardy now. Alvarez, a three-pointer, and that one misses. Benedict, though, comes out of nowhere. Alvarez in the middle. The Eagles swinging around. Here's Baker from the same spot, and that one nearly misses.
Almost everyone got a chance to touch the ball there, but just couldn't get the shot off. A great basketball play.
A Bruins three-pointer from the corner. That one by Kanichka.
There goes Benedict. She waits for it. Just misses.
Alvarez, though, came down with it. Eagles tried to force it inside, but a foul call going to go against the Eagles, I believe, and it is. I believe that foul call going to be on Hardy. Head coach Jared Sellers gonna give Caitlin Benedict a breather here. She has been as good as advertised early on in this basketball game. 14 early points, I believe, if I'm doing my math correct. Elise Cawthon gonna check into the basketball game. Her and McElhaney about to enter.
With only about 6 or 7 minutes of play, Caitlin Benedict is completely on fire.
I'm trying to figure out what just happened there, but I think it may have been an offensive foul call on Hardy, which doesn't necessarily put you into the bonus, and so that's why the Bruins have to go all the way back and take it out.
Baker with the steal. She has options. She goes up, finds Coughlin. She'll pull one. Just hits the front iron.
Cawthon just didn't get in stride there, missed it. They're trying to force Lefevue right. Blocking foul there on Baker. Did Lefevue make that shot? And she did. Kylie Lefevue hits it. We mentioned early on the Eagles are going to try to force Kylie Lefevue right. That time she goes right and finishes, is going to head to the free throw line.
And most of the crowd thought that Baker was set there, but she kind of shuffled her feet there. Fell a little bit too early. The ref probably thought it was a flop, and she gets the foul called on her.
I thought she may have not got it clean, too. She was a little off to the side, too, which makes it a little tougher for the official to call it.
We'll have 10 seconds left. Eagles might look for the last shot here. McElhaney almost gets stripped. Finds Leah Phelps. She cuts through, goes up the right hand on the left side, and gets the last bucket.
What a move there by Phelps. Before we head to the break, let's look at that move again. Leah Phelps did a great job. There it is. She cuts through 2 Bruins players, got to the basket, and the Eagles, after that shot, going to take an 18-point lead into the end of the first quarter. Alvin, you couldn't have drawn it up any better if you're a Lady Eagles basketball fan.
One thing about that Phelps play is that she used the right hand for security. She went left, had an opportunity. Defense had an opportunity to swipe it away, but she finishes on the right side.
Eagles lead 32-14 at the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with second quarter action.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer, and over a dozen courses, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
And we're back here in the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena. Eagles lead by 18 after a huge first quarter. Benedict led the way with 14 points. Bruins coming out in a higher pressure defense. You see them in man. Here's Baker, and Ledford gets caught with her hand in the cookie jar, and I believe that's going to be 3 fouls on Ledford. Excuse me, it is 3 fouls on Ledford. That's tough for the Bruins. Three fouls on Ledford. And here's Phelps from the top, missed it. It's interesting to see head coach Mike Levere keeping Ledford in. I'm not sure she knows that she has 3 fouls, showing a lot of faith in Ledford here, the junior guard.
Phelps plucks her from behind. McElhaney leads the break, finds Phelps in the corner. Hits it over to Hardy. She'll try a 3. In stride and misses.
Ledford not able to corral it. Here's Cawthon now. 3-pointer misses. McElhaney got the rebound, and now Phelps gets another one as well, but that's going to cause a jump ball. Alvin, although the Eagles not able to find the basket on that possession, some great ball movement, and that led to a wide open Emma Hardy 3-pointer at the top.
One thing that I love about that play, I love it when people box out. Shows the fundamentals. And Leah Phelps boxed out, and she got the rebound between 3 defenders, although it resulted to a jump ball. Great effort by the freshman.
Eagles still lead by 18. We've got a shoe tying timeout on the court. Johnson gets it forward to Ledford. Now Johnson with the basketball. Alvin, so far in this basketball game, the Bruins just haven't gotten going on offense. This Eagles defense has been smothering them.
They shot 25% from the field in the first half. Emma Hardy with a great rejection off the backboard, making it Pensacola possession.
Edwards got open inside, but not able to finish. Here's Clark now. Clark has got 2 fouls as well. She checks in for Ledford. You saw Benedict and Alvarez checking in along with Claire Jordan. Benedict started off strong. We'll see if she can continue the scoring trend. Some tough defense there by, I believe that's Edwards. Alvarez gets inside, throws it up. That defense, though, by Dixon.
If we could see that play again, Alvarez just goes straight to the rack with a full head of steam, hoping that it can fall, but she'll go to the line and try to earn those 2 points.
Alvarez hits the first. Alvin, quick stat check there. That free throw, how many does Alvarez have?
Alvarez, all of her points have been coming from the charity stripe. She has 6. Make that 7.
Actually, I think 8. We had 6 a second ago. Alvarez, though, 8 for 8 from the free throw line here in the early going.
What would I do without you? Great call, man.
That's why we're a team over here, Alvin.
Yes, sir.
I need you, you need me. I don't need your math skills, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's just something that I don't think anyone needs.
Here's Lefeu trying to inbound it. Finds Johnson. The Bruins get past the first level. And now a good pass there by Clark. Finds Johnson. Alvarez steps inside. And Alvarez is loving it. Let's take a look at that play. The charge drawn by Lauren Alvarez.
And she was just set in that situation. Got placed in the right situation. Got the easy call. She was excited after that one.
If you're a coach, you gotta love to see your star player stepping in there and drawing the charge. Alvarez, 8 for 8 from the free throw line, doing it all for the Lady Eagles. And another foul. Man, there's been a lot of fouls called in this basketball game so far.
I mean, Bob Jones was in the penalty in the first half.
11 fouls on the Bruins already in this first. Sorry, we just moved into the second quarter. I was still thinking first quarter, but still a lot of fouls here in the early going. Here's Alvarez, the end around, kicks it out to Benedict. Now she drives, finds McElhaney. Here's Benedict with the shot clock expiring, and she knocks it down. Caitlin Benedict, 17 in the first half for the Lady Eagles off the bench.
4 threes for her in the first half. You gotta love her game, man.
Alvarez this time not drawing the foul, but she forces Lefeview baseline, and Lefeview just steps on the out-of-bounds line. Eagles defense has been as good as advertised in this basketball game. Now McElhaney left open. Three-pointer on the way. That one misses. So far, Sandra McElhaney not able to get it going. But in this basketball game, the story has been Caitlin Benedict. In this one, she has 17 off the bench. She's probably only played 10 minutes. That's a great scoring average for Caitlin Benedict.
She's scoring more than a bucket a minute. Bruins breaks inside, and they get called for the jump ball. Oh!
A great job there by Jordan. Edwards got open inside. Jordan closed out, and when Edwards tried to go up for it, sorry, that was Bates inside when Bates tried to go up for it. Jordan able to get her hands on that and cause the jump ball. Eagles take over and force the turnover. Here's Phelps. They'll give it to McElhaney. This time she drives left, threw it up. Jordan got the rebound, but she's going to get called for the harm.
Over the back foul there. Love the fundamental bounce out there. But as you like to say, her hands just got caught in the cookie jar there.
Eagles lead by 23 here midway through the second quarter.
Bruins, they break the press and get a three off. Almost rolls in, but they fight for the board, and McElhaney collects it.
Eagles so far in this basketball game winning the rebound battle. 13-7 as of the last stat check. Here's Benedict. She's got Jordan inside, tried to feed it to her, but Jordan gonna step. Jordan steps out of bounds. Head coach Jared Sellers doing some tough coaching over here on Benedict. Lefeview gonna pull up. So far, Kylie Lefeview doing her best to keep her team in this one. She's got 7 from the floor. Here's Benedict in stride for 20. And Alvarez gets to that basketball again. Able to pick up the rebound and force yet another foul on the visitors.
And Alvarez will take, I believe, her 5th trip to the line. All her points have been coming for that charity stripe there. But hey, if it's free, why not take advantage of it as she misses her first one?
That right there, that's an example of the broadcaster's jinx. Alvarez had been 8 for 8. You start talking about her, and she missed it. Alvarez, though, hits the second. And the revolving door of bodies that is the Lady Eagles bench sends another one in. Imdek, who started off strong. We haven't seen her as of late, but she checks in for Benedict.
Loving this 2-2-1 press here. Have Alvarez in the back, have the 2 post players in the middle, and you have Flea Phelps and the long-armed Sandy McElhaney on top.
This is probably one of your better rebounding lineups for the Lady Eagles. You've got Jordan and Imdek, but then you've got Alvarez inside as well. Alvarez did a great job of stepping up. Clark with a hand in her face missed it. And you said during your breakfast club this morning you got a chance to talk to McElhaney, and she said her emphasis was going to be on rebounding. So far tonight, she's been great.
Imdek, she works inside, throws it up and just misses. Tries to fight for it, and McElhaney almost gets another board.
Ball played up ahead now to Weidman. Weidman kicks it. That three-pointer misses. And Alvarez came down with another rebound. Man, she keeps it up. She's going to have another double-double here tonight.
She goes behind her back, finds Imdek.
Inside now, Jordan working, missed it. But McElhaney gets undercut as she was going for the rebound. And that foul going to go on Weidman. You love it. Sandy McElhaney hasn't been able to get it going on offense, but man, she's working hard inside right now, and she's going to head to the free throw line.
For sure, and one thing I love about Sandy McElhaney is that she stays at 6 foot. She is a guard, but she can guard 1 through 5. And if you can guard 1 through 5, you can also rebound against 1 through 5 as well.
The officials trying to straighten something out. We'll try to get an understanding here in a second. They continue to talk at half court. Not 100% sure what that conversation was about, but nonetheless, McElhaney going to head to the free throw line Eagles leading this basketball game by 22. Sandy McElhaney looking to stretch it.
She knocks down both, and the Eagles are shooting from a very high percentage from the charity stripe.
And Eagles force a turnover. Alvin, this game has been total Eagles so far.
Coming into this game, a lot of people wouldn't expect this game to be such a, I want to say a blowout, because any team could come back, but so unbalanced so early.
And that's going to force a 30-second timeout here by head coach Mike LaVere. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back. Lady Eagles lead by 24 here with 5:20 to go. In the second quarter, Alvin, it's been complete domination so far on both ends by the Lady Eagles.
Mainly defensively, that 2-2-1 press is unguardable as Alvarez, she tries to find Mdek and gets the ball stolen.
And now Mdek gonna get called for a foul from behind. I believe that's Mdek's second, may only be her first.
It's actually Mdek's third.
Third foul, that's tough. You lose Mdek, but then you send in your senior from Oregon, Emma Hardy.
Top 25 in the nation in block shots. Averages about 1.3 block shots a game.
Not
Emma
bad
Hardy.
to have off the bench, huh?
For sure. Alvarez finds Leah Phelps. She tries to get inside. Tries to look for Alvarez and gets the ball tipped.
Hardy now going to check into the basketball game. Mdek checks out, Jordan stays in. Eagles putting together a performance here in the early going. They're going to look to keep it going. Here's McElhaney now. Alvin, you can clearly see what the Bruins, they were trying to do in this basketball game, put a lot of pressure on the Lady Eagles, but so far that's led to a lot of foul calls on them, and they're in a lot of foul trouble right now.
I mean, they've gotten foul trouble early. Less than 3 minutes into the game, they were already in the penalty. And the Eagles have just been converting them. Lauren Alvarez, all of her points have been coming from the charity stripe. We've just been taking care of the basketball.
Eagles 18 of 19, I believe, from the free throw line here in the early going. I may be off by 1 or 2, but so far the Eagles from the charity stripe having their way, taking advantage of the fouls getting called on the Bruins.
Pensacola showing 2-3 here with Hardy in the middle.
Here's Weidman, and she's going to get fouled by Phelps. Dixon inbounds the basketball. Bruins, they've got Bates inside. That's who they were looking for. Now get it to Lefeview. They kick it back out, the closeout, and the shot misses, and here come the Lady Eagles on the break. They've got numbers. Alvarez gets through and finishes the layup. Let's look at that one again.
Her first field goal attempt, and it was a pretty one. Up and under, finishes with the right hand up on the other side of the basket.
There's the pass. They got it to Alvarez. She finishes, goes under the basket, finishes with the right hand. On the other end, you saw a foul there. That one, I believe, on Phelps. But so far, the Lady Eagles, everything going well for them in this basketball game. Baker with the active hands now. She's got McElhaney out ahead.
Bounce pass to McElhaney, loses possession. She tries to find a offender, but Alvarez gets in the mix. And the Bruins will take care of it, but McElhaney gets a steal.
Here's Alvarez to bring the house down. Missed it. But a foul going to go on Baker. If that three had gone down, this place was going to erupt. Lady Eagles putting on a show here already, Alvin.
Speaking of erupt, if that three would have went down, you would have saw this basketball court laying right on top of the bowling alley, right downstairs.
A great job there, though, by McElhaney. As we've mentioned, hasn't had a great scoring night, but so far bringing it on defense. She's rebounding the basketball. She's doing everything you could ask for from a coach's perspective, from a player who's not scoring consistently in this game.
And one thing about, you talk about Alvarez, one thing she's also doing really well is knocking down her free throws. She got a high percentage on the free throw line. Second lead scorer as Claire gets it in stride, just misses.
Back out, Baker three-pointer for 47, excuse me. I was getting a little excited there. But so far, Alvin, the Eagles really haven't had the three-point ball going tonight other than Benedict, but they're doing a great job at finding openings inside. They're getting to the free throw line, really doing a great job when their three-point shot hasn't been there like you're used to seeing it.
Yeah, if you asked me before the game that majority of the Eagles' points were coming from the charity stripe, I would say it's crazy, but luckily this 72%, not 72, but 75% free throw shooting team can knock it down when it's capable.
Here's a three-pointer, that one big by Dixon. Now Alvarez up ahead. Alvarez got called for the foul there. Head coach Jared Sellers thought the Bruins defender may have been in the restricted area. He got some clarification though. Now a trap right in front of us, Alvin. McElhaney doing her best. And Dixon just able to throw it off her leg, but a great trap there by the Eagles, coming in hard on Dixon right in front of us.
Clever play by Dixon to hit it off of McElhaney, but she had no other option. We'll either turn the ball over or find some way for them to get the ball back as McElhaney gets a steal.
Dixon tried to bounce pass it into Bates, but McElhaney was there. Now here's Baker. They're going to try to work it around. Swing it. They got a wide open Benedict in the corner.
Would have got it to her earlier. That would have been another three-point attempt for her.
Well, and you saw on that possession, Baker spotted Benedict wide open. She tried to throw the football pass to the backside. Now here's Alvarez. That one misses. But Baker was trying to find Benedict, had the first shot tipped, and then took a little bit too much time trying to pass it to Alvarez. And then that defense kind of collapsed on Benedict in the corner.
Bruins try to work inside. They throw something up, hits the top of the glass, recover it, and they get it in there.
A great job there by Bates. You mentioned Lefty just kind of threw a shot up, missed it, but a great job there by Bates to recover and get the offensive rebound. They're going to work it around to Benedict in the corner. McElhaney spins, goes at the hoop, missed it, but there's Hardy, and she's going to draw the foul. Alvin, I feel like I've been saying the word foul a ton in this basketball game.
Well, one thing about the foul is that we're converting at a really high level, shooting about 90% from behind the charity strike. As a senior from Oregon, will go to the line and try to shoot two.
Here's Hardy, her first good.
Team leader in blocks with 1.7 a contest. Runs the floor so well, allowing our offense to be so spread out.
Hardy hits them both, and head coach Jared Sellers calls a full timeout, a well-deserved breather for this squad. They've been playing well. We're going to take a quick break. 46-22 as we check back in. 1:42 to go. Alvin, you could not have drawn up a better first half if you're head coach Jared Sellers.
A lot of it's just defense from Pensacola Christian College Eagles as the Bruins get inside and score. But that 2-2-1 press has just been suffocating. Benedict gets the stutter and she travels.
(46-24), the turnover by Caitlin Benedict. And now McElhaney gets called for one. She was trying to play some tight defense there on Dixon, but maybe got a little bit too close to her. Kind of took away Dixon's space, and now Dixon gonna head to the free throw line.
Really thought that there was an offensive foul that was going to be called during that play. You saw a little bit of the shoulder and the elbow being extended. But the Bruins will try to get a 2 free points at the free throw line.
Dixon misses the first. Her team still trailing. Missed them both. Alvin, I know you normally say this on the shot, but sometimes ball don't lie.
The ball don't lie at all.
Here's McElhaney to the corner for Baker. We haven't heard much from Baker. We'll see if she can get active here. Now the Lady Eagles moving it around. Hardy calling for it. Baker with it. McElhaney, her first three-pointer. It's good. Let's look at that play right there.
She's tried a lot of them and missed them. She only had 2 points before that one, but she got that one in stride and well behind the three-point line. NBA range, if you could say.
Here's the miss by Dixon on the other end. Baker went down but got back up. Benedict pressing it. Up ahead, McElhaney, the layup, it's good. The Lady Eagles, they'd slowed down on offense over the last couple of minutes, but they're picking the pace back up. Sandy McElhaney spearheading that effort with 5 in the last 2 possessions.
5 quick points from McElhaney. Almost a no-look pass right there from Benedict. Like she just got it there with so much ease. As Benedict gets a steal, but pulls the ball right back into save position.
Jump ball gonna stay with the Bruins. Benedict got to the rebound, tried to turn around, and she was met right there by Bates. Bruins try to get it in. Here's Baker.
Last touch by the Bruins, making it Pensacola possession.
I just mentioned on this side, you haven't heard a lot from Baker. She's known more as a distributor, but she also very good active hands, able to force the turnover there. Hope Baker doing the little things, and that's what the Eagles need out of her tonight.
Has more of a general type play style. She knows how to facilitate and make sure that her teammates can get looks.
Baker tried to find Benedict in the corner. Sorry, McElhaney tried to find Benedict in the corner. Now here's Baker. High post entry. Here's Baker now, has that shot blocked. And the Bruins not able to get a shot off. That's a tale of how this game has been so far, Alvin. Lady Eagles lead by 26 in this one. They started off strong, and they've just continued a great first half if you're the Lady Eagles.
Great defensive showing all around in both the half court and full court setting. That 2-2-1 trap is pretty much unstoppable. We're expecting a lot of great basketball in the second half, Noah.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Eagles assistant men's basketball coach going to join us with a quick interview, and then after him, we'll be joined by Ashton Wellborn, a former Lady Eagle. And then finally, right before the half, we'll come back and talk what you just saw.
You can scroll through hundreds of photos, but to truly experience college life, you'll have to visit us for College Days. During College Days at Pensacola Christian College, you can get that experience. Attend an engineering class one day and an art class the next. Listen to experts who share your passions and see how everything, from the classes to the people, is centered on the teaching from God's Word. And that's just the beginning. Visit us for College Days and experience what no photo can capture. A college dedicated to influencing the world for Christ.
And we're back. We started a tradition a couple games ago, joined by my good friend Marlon Gardner. Got to watch him play 4 years, and now he's sitting over here on the bench next to head coach Mark Getch, who I affectionately call the General. Marlon, a tough matchup tonight, made even tougher by your big man, your senior, Dakota Pratt, missing this basketball game. Talk to me a little bit about what you guys are going to need to do tonight to have a good game against a very talented Bruins team.
Yeah, losing Cody for this game and for the rest of the season really hurts. He's a guy that's a big impact that brings a lot of energy and a lot of points and defense to our team. So we're going to have guys that come off that bench and step up and play big minutes and fill that spot, because that's a big-time player right now. So we got to have some guys step up off the bench and give us good minutes.
He brings it on defense. He brings it on offense. With his offense out, who's the player that you and head coach Mark Getch are looking at that really needs to step up offensively to kind of fill that void?
Several guys. One being Noah Rawlings.
Here, let me help you out. This cord's kind of bugging me a little bit. There we go.
One being Noah Rawlings coming off the bench, as well as Austin Lewis and Anthony Horton. All three of those guys need to play big minutes tonight if we're going to compete and play well in this game.
Now, with him exiting, does that lead to more minutes for guys like Lewis, guys like Rawlings? Is that what's going to happen here?
Yeah, those guys should get a lot more minutes because Cody's playing 30-plus games a night, or 30-plus minutes a night, so those guys will have to fill those minutes, and you'll see those guys playing a lot more.
Now, I made the trip up to watch this game up at Bob Jones earlier on in the season, and probably not much that you want to talk about from that basketball game, but one of the things you saw them do, they did a good job at almost tricking John Clay into thinking he was going to have openings, and then they collapsed.
Yeah.
What do you guys need to do tonight, especially if the defense is coming from the Bruins? How can you guys find openings and be successful?
We gotta attack, and once we attack, we got to make the extra pass, because since they're going to collapse in so deep, we got shooters open on the wing, so we got to kick out and find those shooters tonight.
Now, the one thing we've talked about, the Eagles, you guys have got some three-point shooters. You've got guys like Austin Lewis, he's nice. We'll go ahead and say it. You've got Noah Rawlings. You've got some others. John Clay, I can't forget him. Christian Porter. Mm-hmm. But the three-point shooting has been spotty.
Yeah. Good
three-point shooting team, but it seems like you can't always bring it. How do you guys get going early tonight? How do you make sure that those shots are falling?
It starts with the warm-ups. These guys got to come out there, and they got to get up as many shots as possible, get their blood flowing, and getting them in the game type feeling. So these guys got to warm up really hard and get those shots so it can translate into the game.
Marlon, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining me. I'll let you get back to your team. I know you guys got a big game to finish preparing for.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We're going to throw it back to another commercial, and after the commercial, I'll be joined by former Lady Eagles basketball player Ashton Wellborn. We're going to talk a little bit about the girls program and what to expect here in the second half. And we're back here at halftime. You just heard from Eagles assistant men's basketball coach Marlon Gardner about what to expect later on. But I got a special treat from you. I saw my good friend Ashton Wellborn sitting behind. She's one of those girls. She had a mean social media game during her years here. Used to send me videos all the time, and you know that was in between your playing days. Your best were those getting off the bus videos, if you remember those back in the day.
When I was injured.
But Ashton, I wanted to take a couple moments. I saw you here. Want to talk a little bit about your playing career, what you're kind of doing now. We'll start with that. You graduate in May, and I think you're working over at Sacred Heart. And there's a pretty good story behind why you're in the specific wing, and I know it's a little longer. So could you condense it a little bit and kind of tell us?
Yeah, I'll do my best. So I had cancer when I was little, and my cancer doctor, childhood cancer doctor, actually works there now. So I get to see him sometimes because I work nights, but I get to like have his cancer patients or any like blood disorders. I get to have his patients, so it's pretty neat.
Neat to see how it's kind of come full circle, and then you've also got some exciting news. You just got engaged, and you're planning a wedding. So I'll go ahead and ask you how that's going.
Right now it's right there. There's only so much you can do.
Are you a big planner,
No.
or is Josh a big planner? Your
No,
fiance?
we don't really like care. We are very indecisive.
There we go.
So it's like, what do you want? Oh, I don't know. What do you want? I don't care. So
I can see how that could create some problems, though, as you plan a wedding. Now,
Yeah.
we'll get back to basketball a little
Okay.
bit. I know that's probably where you're most comfortable talking about. I know you're a little nervous doing this for the first time. But let's talk about this Lady Eagles basketball team. You were on the team last year, best finish in program history. You guys finished second. A tough national championship game, and I know you probably want that one back, but talk to me about your 4 years here and really the strides that we saw you guys kind of take over those couple of years.
It's kind of similar to this team. I feel like our freshman year, because we had such a big graduating class, our freshman year, like we weren't as strong, obviously, as we were our senior year. And so coach has just saw our potential where we could be in the 4 years. So when we got to our senior year, we were in that national championship game. And even looking at this team, like they're so young, but there's so much potential there. And it's amazing to see how well they've already done this season. And coach is such a good coach, and seeing where they need to do better on and stuff. So I cannot wait to see where they are 4 years later. They're going to be amazing.
And you mentioned head coach Jared Sellers. I always try to get a little bit of insight into the man himself. And you played for him for multiple years. Talk to me about who he is as a coach. And I always try to put you guys on the spot. I don't know if you've got a good story, a funny story about him. If not, we'll go ahead and pass.
I'm sure I do. I'm on the spot. I don't know.
But in general, I mean, what's he like as a coach? You know, I don't get a chance to go into the locker room. I don't get a chance to go on bus trips with you guys. What is he like as a coach?
Well, one, he's a coach on the court and off the court. We can go to him about anything. He's very personable. He helps us out anyway. If we need anything, he's there. And just for our small little problems we have at school or whatever it is. But on the court, he makes sure that we're focused. We know what we're doing. He can tell from the start of the practice if we're not focused. And he'll get us focused.
I was at a practice last night. You were there too. The same thing. It was kind of a little sloppy early on, and he got into him. And you see what's going on right now.
Yeah, and they're running all over them. So he knows. It's so hard to explain him because he's such a great coach. But you can't tell him that. Don't tell him I said that. But I mean, he's an amazing coach.
Well, and I've gotten to talk to a lot of you guys. I've talked with you. I talked with Lauren Fuller now. I've talked with Jessica Boyd. Others, and I hear the same things every time. I really, it seems like he creates a family atmosphere because I've never heard any of you guys say a bad word about him. So
he's definitely family oriented. He makes sure our team is family oriented, and it helps us play on the court too, like that. And this team has done amazing. I've been so happy for them, and I told Coach, I was like, this is your year to get the national championship with a young team.
They've been fighting for it.
Yeah, they have the energy, so
I'll
I'm
put
ready.
you on the spot real quick before you leave, but you've been going to some practice. You've been coming out to as many games as you can. Who's your favorite player to watch right now? Maybe you could go for two. I don't want to get you in trouble with anyone, but who's a lot of fun? Who, as a former player, who are you looking at? Maybe even someone that's a lot like you. Who's that player on this team?
I mean, I've honestly always enjoyed watching Lauren play. She's just a beast out there. She's everywhere. Some of the freshmen, like Leah, she's super quick. I've really enjoyed watching. I know Carissa doesn't play a lot, And Maddie doesn't play a lot right now, but I see myself a lot. And Carissa just with like her aggressiveness, but Maddie's like, I feel like a true post. Like she's doing good. I've really enjoyed watching Caitlin because I've seen how hard she's worked off the court, and this season, like, she's just been on fire. Honestly, literally everyone. Emma, like, she's so smart.
I got to admit, if your nursing career doesn't work out, I think you've got a career in coaching, because that's the type of coach answer I get right there, where I ask for one and you give me the whole team. But, Ashton, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know you were a little nervous. You did great, so thanks for joining me, and enjoy the rest of this basketball game.
I will. Go Eagles.
We're going to throw it back down to the court now. We'll be back in just a couple minutes to talk about what to expect here in the second half.
Second half.
And we're back. 51-24, Alvin. A great first half performance for the Lady Eagles, but really spearheaded by the play of Caitlin Benedict.
For sure. Coming off the bench, it hasn't even played most of the game. Scored 17 points, and also having four threes on a contest. Pensacola is shooting a lot better from the field as well, shooting at about 45%, while their opposing opponents are shooting about 25%. But who knows what could happen, because there's still a lot of basketball left to play.
You know, we can talk a lot about the offense. We do that a lot. But I think one thing to talk about tonight so far has been the smothering defense. Even when Bob Jones has made shots, the Eagles have made those difficult. You've mentioned the full court press. That's been great. Talk to me about the defense that we saw in that first half.
Oh, for sure. First of all, when they beat the press, their transition back to either a man or 2-3 is so phenomenal. Their 2-2-1 press, which also allows Lauren Alvarez to be in the backfield, allows her to be sort of like the free safety in football. If they try to go for the long pass, she's either there for defensive play or also to steal the ball and pick it off to the other side.
So far for the Lady Eagles, Benedict, she's got 16. Alvarez has got 13 in this basketball game. Alvarez, though, kind of a wacky stat. Actually, my good friend Alvin said 17, so we'll have to give that one a check. Alvarez, though, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Lady Eagles as a team, 21 of 23. A lot of fouls called in the first half between the two teams, 31 in all, but so far the Lady Eagles taking advantage of those opportunities and creating points off the Bruins fouls.
If you were to talk to me and ask me, do you think Lauren Alvarez is going to get majority of her points from the charity stripe? I was like, no. Offensive rebounds, three-point shots, easy drive to the basket, the mid-range pull-up. But no, she's taking care of business. Despite the way she gets her points, she's still getting them. As McElhaney knocks one down.
Let's take a look at that play right off the break. A great pass there. They got it inside to Hardy. Then she spots McElhaney outside and able to knock it down. Some great ball movement continues for this Lady Eagles basketball team.
McElhaney didn't have one of the better shooting halves that she's had, but she seems like she's going to come out here in the second half and pull a couple from long range.
McElhaney's got 10 now. She's starting to turn it around. A slow start now inside Imdek. And that layup nearly missed.
Great move inside by Imdek, but when she was close to the basket, it's like she guessed where the rim was.
For the Bruins, you gotta love getting Grayson Ledford back into this basketball game. She had to sit a majority of that second quarter with 3 fouls. Good to have her back. She's really gonna run the role of primary ball handler for this Bruins offense.
She still has to be careful though with the 3 fouls. She can easily pick them up with the fast pace of basketball that the Eagles play.
Left View, though, going to head to the free throw line after the foul on Hardy. Left View at the free throw line. She had a big first half for the visiting Bruins. Led all scorers for the Bruins with 7. Also had 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Kylie Left View kind of pacing the Bruins so far in this basketball game, but goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She's got 8. Here's Alvarez now. They get it to McElhaney. Another 3 on the way. And that one gets the shooter's touch. Sandra McElhaney heating up.
Definitely want to take a second look at that one. The ball was tipped and she still got it to go.
It gets tipped. McElhaney gets it, then pulls the long one. Got the shooter's roll. Sandra McElhaney, after a 7-point in the first half, she's got 6 here in the first minute and 25 seconds here in the second half. McElhaney lighting it up already here in the second half. She's got 13.
Bruins get it past half court. Looks corner. Gets it over to the post.
Yeah, so far they just haven't been able to find the openings. That was Clark right there. Now Ledford has to reset the offense. Her team trailing by 32 in this basketball game. Eagles in that zone that proved so effective. But Ledford there, a great job, able to feed it inside. Found a streaking Delaney Edwards, and she was able to finish. The Bruins break through the Eagles zone.
That play was converted off the overload. You had the 2 post players on the low block. Have one of them screen off the other, which makes one of them wide open on the low block.
Emdek got that back and threw it up to foul, but you saw Sandra McElhaney. She seems to be feeling it right now. I stayed late after practice last night, and I watched Sandra. She took about 50 extra three-pointers. You know, really a desire from her, the sophomore. It's the work ethic of this basketball team. You see her and Alvarez, they were both in the gym late, working on their craft, as you like to say. And you've seen it didn't pay off in the first half, but it's paying off in a big way here in the second half for Sandra McElhaney.
Last year being the co-freshman of the year, and this year she is making her a case to be first team.
Eagles have got a couple that could sit on that first team, McElhaney and Alvarez. Alvarez, she's got a chance to be the player of the year. Here's Ledford now, works around Phelps. But Phelps able to recover. Clark tried to slither inside. McElhaney got a hand on it, now forced to throw one up. The Bruins gonna come down with it. Eagles daring Ledford to shoot, and she makes them pay. Grayson Ledford has got a couple points here in the early going of the second half. And now that's big right there. Ledford tried to play some defense, but she's going to get tagged for foul number 4.
Now situations like that, you have to be careful, because if you get another one, you're right out the game sitting on the bench.
Ledford with 4 fouls. If you're the Eagles, you might want to try to search her out right now and go right at her.
Ball almost stolen there. Alvarez recovers, looks for Emma Hardy down low, tries to dish it to Emdek, but gets it stolen. Rejection there by Sandy, but the whistle blows and she'll get called for a foul.
Let's look at that one real quick as we get ready for the free throw. Out ahead, Shoup finds Clark. Man, after looking at that a second time, there was an awful lot of basketball there. Sandra McElhaney, what looks like a clean block to me.
From the replay, obviously looks like a clean block, but the referee must have saw some hand-to-hand contact.
I mean, we get the benefit of the doubt to be able to look at that, and not quite slow motion, but a second time. The officials, if they saw it a second time, they may change their mind. Here's the free throw by Clark. That free throw misses.
My favorite phrase, Paul, it's a lie. Who don't ever lie to you.
Will she hit the second? That one misses as well.
What'd I say?
You're starting to sound like a broken record, my friend. Benedict trying to find McElhaney, but that's going to lead to a turnover. Benedict just tried to force that one there over to McElhaney. Now here's Clark out ahead, the long three-pointer, and she hits. The Bruins starting to find some offense here. Ledford and Clark leading the way. Now Alvarez looks to silence McElhaney, got the rebound, but then fell down. Here's Shoup now. The Bruins working it around. That one, the official going to say out of bounds off of McElhaney. The fans extremely vocal tonight. Alvin, this has been your first time for these Bruins-Eagles matchups. What do you think so far?
I've never seen the fans show so much expressions on both sides of the floor in the early stages of the game.
The Bruins starting to light it up from behind the three-point arc. That's just Madison Shoup's third point of the basketball game. Got all three right there. Here's Hardy now. Kicks it to Phelps. They've got a wide open Benedict in the back corner. Looking for that high post entry to Alvarez. They got it to her. Backdoor cut. Alvarez got lucky to get it. And right now, the Eagles playing extremely fast in the first half, and they weren't turning the ball over, but a couple sloppy possessions by them on offense. And that right there going to lead to a timeout, Alvin.
Right now, the Eagles are playing down to the Bob Jones pace, slowing the ball down, taking their screens, and allowing them to get open shots in the corner. And on offense, they're just completely turning over the ball, looking like the Bob Jones Bruins in that first quarter. Hey, luckily, they're up by a lot.
Give the Bruins a lot of credit. They went into half. They were in there for a long time. They came back out here with about 30 seconds. I'm sure they had quite the conversation after the Lady Eagles really came out strong in the first half. But give the Bruins a lot of credit so far in the second half. They're finding some openings in that zone. They're knocking down some three-pointers, and they're making the Lady Eagles squirm a little bit. Still up by 23, so you're up by a lot, but the Bruins being down by a lot, really playing hard right now.
As I said earlier, there is a lot of basketball left to play, so the Eagles should not take their foot off the gas. And now Coach Sellers takes off the jacket. This gets a little serious.
Here's Lefevue now. She's working on Alvarez. Got a wide open Weidman back corner. Phelps got there, but Weidman pulls it up. Gonna miss it. Edwards, though, came down with it. And a foul gonna go on Hardy. Head coach Mike Levere must have had a great speech at halftime because his Bruins are playing like a completely different team here at the start of the second half.
First half ended in a 51-24 matchup. And now, looking at the score totals, it's all tied up.
And Alvin, you mentioned earlier, I mean, up at Bob Jones, this was a 9-point basketball game. The Lady Eagles came out fast. They looked great. But right now, the Bruins kind of working it back in. You had the luxury of having the big cushion here, but you'd like to get back to doing some of the things well that you were doing in the first half.
McElhaney, she'll try a three, and it hits front iron.
Eagles into the man defense now, trying to stop the run. Backdoor cut by Shoup. She had to scramble for the basketball. A great find there by Weidman, though, a good pass. Now Lefevue pulls a long one and misses.
Tough shot there, heavily contested. Surprised she took that one.
Here's Hardy now, finds McElhaney in the wing. One more pass here, Phelps in the corner, double team comes. Back out to Benedict, three on the way, missed that one.
Can't buy a bucket. Sandy McElhaney with the only points, only field goals for the Eagles in his half.
Good closeout there by McElhaney. Shoup throws the football style pass. She looked like Pat Mahomes on that play.
Emma Hardy alters the offender's shot, and they push it. Benedict finds a corner, lazy pass, but McElhaney collects it. They look corner. Benedict, she'll try a three, and it's good!
The easiest shot in the business, as you like to say. Benedict knocks it down, and I believe, if I'm right, Alvin, that gives her 20.
Really needed that basket there.
Benedict playing well on her 22nd birthday. The Eagles needed this game. Here's Clark now over Hardy, and that shot misses. Scramble for the rebound, but McElhaney just gonna let it kind of sail out of bounds. Eagles, though, The Bruins have started to apply some pressure, but a big three there by Benedict kind of calms everything back down, and the Eagles now back up by 24.
They leave Caitlin in the game, and they bring in Mdek. She had a great beginning of the game. I'm sorry to say beginning of the game, but she had a great start to the game with 5 quick points. They're possibly going to be looking down to her to deliver for some points.
And another player, you saw 2 other players, Baker and McElhaney, check in. You saw McElhaney exit earlier in this game with what could have been a bad knee injury, but she's back in. That's good to see.
Benedict, she'll take it to her left. Kicks it corner to Baker. She'll drive. Finds Mdek, but a tough pass. Thought it was tipped, but it will go to Bruins possessions.
Eagles into the pressure. Weidman able to get past the first line. Gets it to Bates in the corner. She's not going to be a threat from over there.
Tries to force it down low. But it's a turnover, Eagles possession.
Head coach Mike Levere there. You saw him look at Rachel Clark and told her she needs to be cutting on that play. You saw Bates just kind of get stuck in no man's land over there. She almost got the 5 seconds called on her. Here's McElhaney inside to Alvarez, who's been quiet. Alvarez gonna throw one up. Count the basket. Lauren Alvarez gonna head to the free throw line. Let's look at that one.
Thought she almost carried the ball there on that play. She dribbles it and then switches it to her other hand. She actually did double dribble, but referee didn't call it. Foul and 1.
Alvarez, she's only missed 1 free throw in this basketball game. She's 12 of 13. She's got 2 other baskets. That gives her 16 big ones for the Lady Eagles in this one. Weidman now finds Johnson.
Bruins get inside, and she'll answer with the foul, and 1. Clark.
Rachel Clark says, anything you can do, I can do better. She gets the foul called and heads to the free throw line, looking to get 3 the old-fashioned way and match Lauren Alvarez. Here's Clark now, a good move inside by her, and she's gonna finish. The Bruins, the closest they've been at 24. A long way to go in this basketball game for sure.
The Eagles, once trailing by over 30, now only trail by 24.
Eagles get it inside. Mdek goes to work, and she gets it to go. A great find there by Alvarez, feeding it inside to Mdek. You mentioned Mdek hot in the early going. She gets another one to go right there.
That dribble turnaround is just so consistent. She gets it every time. The Bruins with the long one and misses. Benedict pushes the pace. Risky pass to Alvarez. She gets inside, gets it stripped.
That was a great pass there by Caitlin Benedict to have the vision. She saw Alvarez streaking up here and just kind of floats one to Alvarez. Alvarez just not able to get the basket to go, but a great pass there by Benedict.
A lot of basketball still left as we come to the end of the third. But with this last quarter of regulation, I'm expecting to see a nail biter. Switch back to the 2-2-1 press.
Eagles nearly got a turnover out of the press. Now Weidman just kind of threw it behind her back, and as it turned over, look at Mdek run the point. Here's Baker now, kicks it out. Phelps three-pointer.
Just hits the back iron.
Missed that one. That would have given the Eagles 70. It's been an offensive showcase for the Eagles in this basketball game.
Great hands by Benedict. But it'll maintain Bruins possession.
Benedict gets the good tip over here and then checks out as Jordan comes in. The Bruins have done a little bit better job of rebounding the basketball of late. Head coach Jared Sellers inserting Jordan, looking to stop that trend. Baker met by Dixon at the just above the three-point line. Eagles looking for the high post entry. Here's Baker, drives inside, and she gets nailed.
Tough drive by Baker. Her defender once fell down. She had an opening right to the lane. The other defender picks it up. But she'll go to the line and try to shoot two. Bit shaken up on that play, though.
The officials discussed that one after the play. I think they were trying to discuss if that was a flagrant foul right there by Delaney Edwards, but just a regular two-shot foul as Baker heads to the free throw line.
Didn't seem intentional to me, but at least she's getting the opportunity to convert for two at the line.
You can't blame head coach Jared Sellers for mentioning something there. That'd be a big swing, be able to get the basketball and a couple extra free throws. Baker, though, hits them both. And the Lady Eagles lead balloons back to 28.
Although the Bruins seem that they're going for a little bit of a push, the Eagles still maintain control.
Jordan gets her hands in there, and the Eagles able to force the jump ball. It's going to stay with the Bruins.
Great hustle there by Claire. Gets on the floor and tries to fight for the ball there.
Weidman over to Shoup. Great closeout there by Baker. Now a long fastball there by Shoup looking for Weidman. Weidman probably wishes she had a couple extra inches on that play.
26.6 seconds left in third. Baker over to Claire, finds a cutting Mdek. She finds Cindy. Cindy to Phelps. She's wide open for a mid-range shot. Hits back iron. Mdek for the collection. 8 seconds left. She finds Cindy. She'll go up strong with the right hand and finishes strong. Cindy, battling injury early, gets the last bucket of the quarter. What a great way to end the half.
The Bruins had started to put together a run there, and then the Lady Eagles, head coach Jared Sellers wisely called that one timeout. Eagles slowed it down, and they finished the third quarter on a hot streak. Alvin, we're heading to the fourth quarter. Lady Eagles leading by 30.
I mean, the game seemed a bit close. Brought the lead to as close as 24. And even though it's still a big margin with a lot of basketball left, they could have brought it even closer.
Alvin, before this game, we talked about the Bruins coming in. The Lady Eagles ranked number 2 in the country. The Bruins over there ranked number 7 in the country. The Lady Eagles are putting together a statement-style victory, potential victory. I won't say victory yet, but a statement game. They've won the last 3-4 conference games by 40-plus points, and they're well on their way to having another great game tonight. This team is peaking at the right time.
And it's a great time because we are now in February. March is just right around the corner. February is a short month, and we could be looking at the potential playoff matches in the region and also in the national.
I mean, you're just 2-3 weeks away from heading up to Bob Jones, I believe, for the regional tournament. You're going to play a couple games up there. You have to go in there as the overwhelming favorite. The Lady Eagles, they're rolling right now. 8 wins in a row. If they win this, they would be if they're able to win this game. The Lady Eagles playing extremely well late in the season, Alvin.
Undefeated in conference, talking to Caitlin Benedict earlier in the season. Their goal was to go undefeated for the rest of the season. And with Bob Jones being one of the biggest barriers to that, I still think that kid can do it.
A couple weeks ago, I thought that might be a crazy goal, but so far the Lady Eagles just continued. Some good hands there by the broadcaster.
Just got some stats here. The Eagles have 4 players in double digit. Caitlin Benedict coming off the bench with 20. Sandy McElhaney with 13. Lauren Alvarez with 15. 11 of them coming from the charity stripe. And Grace Mdek, the big man down low, has 11.
Weidman picks up the steal, now goes the other way, goes at Phelps and McElhaney. That one blocked out of bounds by Phelps on the chase down, but the Bruins gonna keep it.
Let's see that play again. Phelps anticipating the block, gets up there, swats it away, making the Eagles have to get another possession. Not the Eagles, but the Bruins.
Eagles got it back. They lead by 30 here with 9:22 to go. Here's Baker working hard, looks to distribute.
Ooh, no look pass from Hope. Finds Claire inside and she gets it to fall. Beautiful distribution by Hope Baker. How do you like that one, Noah?
Jordan picks up her first points of the basketball game, but a great pass there by Baker. And a good job there by Jordan to catch the ball, control herself, and then go up strong with it.
One thing I love about that play is that she didn't telegraph that pass. She looked away, dished it off. Looked beautiful. Looked like Allen Iverson out there.
I mean, Weidman, though, on the other end, threw up a teardrop, and I'm pretty sure I heard her yell Curry after that one.
The Bruins get the steal, and they're off to the races.
That last shot by Weidman nearly tickled the ceiling. Now Shoup on the other end for three. McElhaney, she's got a wide open Phelps out ahead, finds her. And Johnson, that's a good foul there, though, by Johnson. Phelps could have had an opportunity, but Johnson picking up the foul. I believe that foul on Johnson is only her first, so not a bad play there by Johnson.
Hope Baker for the inbound. Finds an open Phelps. Phelps with a dangerous pass to get this stolen, and Emdek goes across her face and fouls her.
Emdek there showing some hustle, trying to get to that one, but she's going to pick up the foul, and that's 4 on Grace Emdek.
Pensacola showing 2-3 there.
Weidman tries to find Shoup. Here's I believe, a three-pointer there by Bates. I didn't really know that she had that shot in her game, but a big shot there by Bates to get it back to 27. But Jordan working hard inside. Out of bounds off Bates. I really love what Claire Jordan has done in this basketball game. She's only got the 2 points, but she's really posed a threat inside. She's had some good offensive opportunities that just haven't fallen, but playing some good defense, rebounding the basketball. Claire Jordan playing well so far.
Going back to that last play, great hands by Jordan as well, because Leah was sending a bullet over to her. No look pass, didn't telegraph it, didn't get the finish, but she regained another possession for the Eagles.
That foul goes on Cindy McElhaney, and that's probably one of the loudest boos I've heard in a while here in the arena.
I can probably bet that you're probably going to hear some more louder boos as the game progresses.
Eagles bringing in a fresh 5. Head coach Jared Sellers, he's not letting this basketball game get away. Lefeview threw up a left-handed layup attempt and missed it.
That's really catchy. Lefeview throws up a left-handed layup. Alvarez finds Benedict. She'll pull one just off. But Alvarez tries to fight with the trees and doesn't get the board.
I've seen Alvarez win some battles against some trees. That time not able to get it. Here's Bates, another three-pointer. And I guess she does have that shot.
Back-to-back threes for Bates. You can't leave that open.
McElhaney now to answer. It's good.
That is so funny. She gets the ball, had it open, and she just steps back one time and pulls it and knocks it down from deep.
She thought about passing it, and then she said, well, if you're going to dare me to shoot, I'm going to pull the shot. Sandra McElhaney knocks it down, and that three-pointer gives her 16 in the basketball game.
The Bruins answers with a field goal. Finds Alvarez. She's open. She'll pull one and gets the shooter's roll.
McElhaney with a great smile as she came back, gave her friend Alvarez a little clap. We saw those two kind of get some shooter's rolls. And the Lady Eagles, this lineup is not going to let this one go. But Bates really playing well here in the last couple minutes. She's got 8.
Quick 8 points for Bates. Emma Hardy gets it over to Benedict. She'll get a 3. Just misses. Sandy runs in for the rebound. Thought about a shot, gets it over to Alvarez. Hardy to Spivey. Over to Benedict. Back to Sandy. Thought about a shot. Looks for Hardy. Looks at Spivey. Spivey to Benedict. She'll pull one, and she misses. And another opportunity to score. Lauren Alvarez rips it, and I believe it is a jump ball. Maintains equal possession.
A great job there by Alvarez. If she didn't have it already, that one secured the double-double for Alvarez. Alvin, she has been a double-double machine so far this season. It's a consistent, it's a nightly basis thing, and you don't expect that out of a guard who hails at just 5'7".
I mean, pretty much the entire year I said 6 foot, 5'9", 5'11", but at 5'7", now averages 10 boards a game, leads all guards in the nation. Benedict, she'll try a three, and it just misses.
Eagles lead by 26 as the Bruins bring it the other way. Clark now, a three of her own missed it, and Alvarez just getting strong, able to force the jump ball. Bruins gonna keep it though.
5 minutes to go. The Eagles up convincingly, but the Bruins will inbound.
I gotta admit though, when it comes to Alvarez, it's as much about her strength and grit, but it's also about her positioning. She puts herself in opportunities to get rebounds. And right there, you saw her do it yet again.
Sandy, she's by herself. She'll pull a three, and it's good! Sandy McElhaney, the left-handed sniper, gets it to fall.
McElhaney with 19 in this basketball game, and that may have just done it. Alvarez picked up an easy rebound. She's got 13.
Benedict, she'll drive inside, finds McElhaney, gives me another one, and misses.
Alvin was begging for it, I was leaning for it, and it didn't go down. But McElhaney, she's turned it on here in the second half.
Eagles up by 29. Coughlin and Akins prepares to check in. 13 on the shot clock. No look pass down low, great find. And the Bruins will get a field goal there.
Lefeview able to find an opening in this stifling Eagles defense.
Spivey looks for Benedict. She rips and goes, loses the ball there.
I gotta admit, for as good of a game as Caitlin Benedict is, you've seen her have a few more turnovers than you're used to from her, but ultimately it doesn't look like it's gonna matter.
It doesn't, but you definitely want to clean up the style of play as we face tougher competition in the future. Although this is a top 10 team in the country, it only gets worse from here. Not worse from here, but more competitive from here.
The Bruins were trying to figure out who was going to inbound the basketball. Johnson went back for it. Sometimes you'll see the official start the 5-second call if they don't come quick enough. But he let the Bruins kind of get things sorted out.
Coughlin gets pushed down. Bruins look down low. Finds a corner shot, and it's up. Just misses. Emma Hardy tips it. Aiken secures it. Alvarez, she'll push the tempo. Shags backs, looks for Aiken. Not Aiken, but Sandy. Sandy over to Alvarez. She'll try a three. Hits front iron. Aiken with the collection though. Sandy, she'll drive hard. Looks at Coughlin. She'll throw up a mid-ranger and misses.
Coughlin missed that jumper there. But some good ball movement there by the Lady Eagles. This is a fun lineup to watch. Carissa Aiken, I think she's one of those players that could really turn into a good Lady Eagles basketball player. Hasn't gotten a ton of minutes. She's got a lot of character. She's a pretty funny girl. I've gotten to chat with her a couple times and got a lot of character. She kind of leads the charge celebration down on the other end of the bench. So really, she's found her role as a freshman, but look for her to continue to grow.
Oh, for sure. She was a part of the Breakfast Club this morning as well. We're talking about some of the celebrations.
I'm telling you, if no one has a trademark on that, Alvin, you got to get a trademark on that. We'll start calling it the Breakfast Club.
But this morning, we're talking about different celebrations that they could do. So we're talking about what if Maddie and Carissa picks up one of the smaller guards like Deloche and starts like pointing and picks her up. Such great ideas.
Here's Jordan now trying to find an open Lady Eagle. Found Baker. This defensive unit for the Bruins playing well, and Johnson able to force the steal.
Great cut by Coffin. But the Bruins will go the other direction and score. Not a lot of time left for the Bruins to operate, but Baker will bring the ball up. Gets it on Emma Hardy. Thought about a shot, but she'll pass it off to Aiken. She rips up, drives straight to the lane with the floater.
A great job there by Carissa Aiken, and a little known fact about her, she played point guard in high school. Big point guard in high school. This year, kind of transitioning to the college game, Eagles needing a little bit more size, so you see her playing off the ball, and right there you kind of saw the point guard instincts kick in, and she drove right to the hoop.
The fact that you mentioned that she played point guard at high school, it actually shows, like, you saw how aggressive she just rips right through the basket and tries to go for two. She gets fouled, but we're seeing sparks of how she could actually become more of a stretch forward, maybe guard type player like Sandy McElhaney.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sandy might not be the best comp there, but I think a comp that I've heard thrown out a couple times is maybe a Jessica Boyd in the future. You didn't get to see Jessica Boyd, but she was a very good rebounder. She could shoot the ball. She played the forward position, but had some great handles. If Carissa Aiken can turn into a Jessica Boyd to go along with players like McElhaney, Alvarez, Phelps, I keep going, I'm running out of names, but if she could turn into that player, this Lady Eagles offense that is already dynamic and the defense as well could get even better.
And it's funny how you just list the names and lanes, and there's just so many people you can name as the Bruins, I believe, did a shot clock violation. Oh no, there's a foul on the play.
That's one of those bailout calls you got to love. The Bruins, that shot wasn't going to hit the iron, and we were going to have a shot clock violation, but Ledford gets fouled, and now she's going to head to the free throw line.
But as you said, the many names, you have Phelps, you have Baker, you have McElhaney, both McElhaney's, just shows the depth of this Eagles teams and how much we can do when playoff comes. Because don't get me wrong, February is right around the corner to end. Short month leads to big-time basketball in March. Jenna Deloach checks into the game.
84-61 after we had to get the scoreboard straightened out. Lady Eagles have led by as many as 30 points in this basketball game.
Looks for Claire down low. What a pass by Baker.
Baker gives kind of a funny look to head coach Jared Sellers, and he gave it right back. Neither of them know how that pass made it through. Now the missed shot. Porter came away with it. Lady Eagles a lead by 25.
Baker, dribble handoff, tries to find Deloach, but she's stuck here. She has to let it go. She'll drive, finds Amber. She'll throw one up and misses.
(86-61) as we're about to tick under a minute. Alvin, this has been an absolutely great basketball game for the Lady Eagles. They came out, started strong. There was a little bit of a lull there midway through the game, but so far the Lady Eagles putting together a complete performance against a top 10 team here in the NCCAA.
And despite the simple fact that there was just so many people who shot in double digits, this was really a defensive showing. And it shows that defense is really the key point of how to win basketball games.
I think that's a great point. I mean, obviously offense on the box score tends to get, noticed. But the defense for this Lady Eagles basketball team was great from the start tonight. You really saw, there was a point where it was like 42-14, I believe. And it was all because of the Lady Eagles defense in this basketball game.
Not to mention how efficient the Lady Eagles shot from the free throw line. Most of Lauren Alvarez's points came from the charity stripe, yet we shot as a team possibly about 90%.
Hope Baker draws the foul. That's going to be 5 fouls on the Lady Eagles, I believe. And that's going to put Ledford at the free throw line.
And the chants go out. I believe that we have won 86-62 as of 37 seconds left.
Ledford gets attack on point there. That one tipped out of bounds. 86-63, a great performance from beginning to end of this basketball game. Make sure you stick around here after the tip, or after the end of this basketball game. Head coach Jared Sellers is going to join us and come over and talk about his team's performance in this basketball game. It was great. Lady Eagles going to come away victorious. They're going to increase their winning streak. They're going to move to, I believe, 14-9 on the season. The Lady Eagles making a run here at the end of the season.
Bruins get a steal here. They'll try to put a shot up before the time runs out. Three's up and it's good. And Bob Jones not lessening up any fight here. Baker finds Jenna. 1-2 step and it finishes. Jenna DeLoach gets it done in open court.
You couldn't have asked for a better dot to the I exclamation point on this game. Jenna DeLoach, the senior guard, puts the exclamation on a huge Eagles victory in this one, Alvin. They come away victorious by 22.
And as I said, you can look at the stats and see how well we perform offensively, from the shooting through the free throws, from converting the passes. But this was truly a defensive game, which will push our 7-game win streak to 8.
Lady Eagles improve to 15-9 on the season. They stretch their 7-game winning streak to 8. A great game for them. We're going to take a quick break now. They're going to center up at center court, and then head coach Jared Sellers is going to come over here and talk a little bit of basketball. You won't want to miss that. Head coach Jared Sellers is making his way over here. We're going to let him get his headset on, and then we're going to talk a little bit about this basketball game. The headset going on. Coach, great performance from you guys in this basketball game. I know you always give me the patented answer, well, we could have improved on a couple things, but really tonight, the offense was strong from the beginning, but let's talk a little bit about your team's defense. You guys played some great defense there to start the basketball game.
Well, we've really been working on some of the things we were doing in the pressure and then getting back and be able to still keep the pressure on in our zone attacks. But we just did a really good job tonight. The girls competed really hard. I mean, it helped that we came out and made some shots early and got to the free throw line early. They got some foul trouble, which helped us. I mean, Bob Jones is a good team. We definitely didn't see their best game today. I know Mike will do a great job of preparing them again. I'm a little worried about having to run into them at regionals because it's at their place, and you know they're going to be ready, especially after today, not feeling like they played their best. But our D was great today.
Now, I was up at that game a couple weeks ago up in Greenville, and that was a 9-point basketball game, I think 60-69. Coach, what was the biggest difference tonight that led your team to what ended up being a 22-point victory? It could have been a little bit more, but, got some points at the end.
Yeah, well, up at their place, I didn't think we played real well. I thought we shot the ball great in the first half with 8 threes, but we didn't play well after that. But I tell you, I didn't think that, honestly, watching the video of our game with them, I don't think they played real well at their place either. It was just a rivalry game kind of thing. But here, I thought we played pretty well, and I know that Bob Jones played okay. Foul trouble hurt them tonight, and that was not the Bob Jones team that is very capable of it. Now, that being said, our girls did execute the game plan very well.
Now, I got to talk a little bit about some offense. Your top 3 scorers on the season so far have been Alvarez, McElhaney, and Benedict, and yet again, those 3 do it extremely well. Benedict, 20 off the bench. Alvarez with 18, 11 to 12 free throws, and then Sandy McElhaney even turns it on as of late.
Listen, those 3 girls, Sandy, Lauren, and Caitlin, missed 18 threes.
Wow.
They missed 18.
Wow. It could have been even worse.
They could have had a real good night.
Man.
Caitlin in the third quarter had about 4 or 5 open looks that she's been just knocking them down.
Yeah.
And so I know that it might feel like to everybody in here that we made a lot of shots, but in that locker room, we know we left some points out there, and we left a few things out there. But hey, I'm real proud of the girls' effort, and they got after it. We executed the game plan pretty well. I mean, we can still improve. We can, and so can Bob Jones will.
We'll let you get into the locker room real quick, but Coach, You guys are 15-9 on the season. You've won 8 in a row. You're 8-0 in conference play. How do you continue to keep these girls motivated? You guys have got a lot of season left, hopefully.
Well, we do. Well, I hope. We got at least 4 more regular season games. Really looking forward to that. I hope we play them well and finish strong. We got to finish strong. We got a game. We get on the road tomorrow to go to Welch, and we got to focus on Welch. I know there's a lot of hoopla around the Bob Jones game, and we're super excited to play it. We love the atmosphere in here. But after I walk out of that locker room, we're focused on Welch. And so we're going to try to go win that game, and we're just taking one game at a time. And I really hope we can walk into the region tournament on a 13, 14 game win streak.
Coach, thanks for joining me. Congratulations on another victory. For all you Eagles fans out there, go ahead and stick around. We're going to have another good basketball game coming up right after this one.